D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So they dropped the latest episode of Stargirl last night. Dropped it. It aired. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm reacting. I'm doing this breakdown now. I just reacted to the new Buzz Lightyear trailer because I had watched this last night and then I was like, oh, I'll just do my breakdown tomorrow and everything. But I have to say, as far as the show goes, I do like this season. This episode was pretty good. I mean, nothing like crazy awesome happened, but I still liked it because I think that the character, you know, the relationships between the characters, and I'll get into it as we break this down. I thought that it was really good. I do think that this season is a little light on action compared to season one, and that is a bummer in my opinion. One thing that I think is the problem with that is just that they've picked effects heavy characters, and effects cost a lot of money. So I get that and everything, but at the same time I just go, then don't put them in there. or you know, like, I understand they're just, maybe they're saving all their effects money for this final episode because they've got to have an all-out brawl with Eclipso, because Eclipso is such a powerful character in the comic books that I'm just like, I don't, you know, he's barely done anything. And the actor that plays Eclipso, he looks so good in the Eclipso costume, and he only showed up for like a hot second, and he showed up for like one line in this episode. And I'm all like, why are you wasting the time and effort to put on all that makeup if you're not going to have him show up and like be in the episode? I'm pretty sure they filmed all of his episodes in one day because he's barely in this show. Like, literally, like, I'm not even playing. Like, I'm pretty sure it's less than, like, well, I'll say 10 minutes tops of the whole season. And I'm not complaining. I mean, it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm just, it's funny to me. But so I did like this episode. Let's break it down and just go over. If you remember, they got out of the shadow realm. And it starts off at Whitney's house, or Courtney's house. Courtney Whitmore, not Whitney's house. I don't know. And it's empty except for the dog. He's getting all into some shenanigans. And the staff is getting better. And Courtney comes in and she's like, well, somebody seems to be getting better. And I'm all like, yeah. So then they do little time jump backwards, and they're at the school, and it's Jenny and Beth, and they're going through the school because if you remember in the last episode, when Jenny used her ring to find the shade, two little smoke thingies came out of her little green fire vision thing. I don't know how to her construct and everything. So they're at the school, and Beth can't detect anything weird, so she can't find the shade. Ooh, sorry. But she sees this dark energy residue, and if you remember from episode 5, I believe it was, that's the piece of the black diamond that Eclipso threw at Cindy to make her go into the shadow realm. So it's moving around like the blob and everything, and Jenny uses her ring on it to blast it, and it wraps itself around her finger, and then it gets inside the ring, and then her eyes go, you know, normal or whatnot. And I'm not 100% sure what that means for Jenny, except for what we'll talk about later. But I'm not sure if that means she's going to go bad or what they're going to do with that. But it'll be interesting to see. So then, you know, they go back to the Courtney's house, and they're in there, and Dr. McNider, he puts on a suit, and he's like, I always liked wearing a suit and everything. And he turns on his glass, and he's like, hey, I'm sorry that you got left in there for so long. And he's like, hey, it's okay. It's not your fault. You didn't know, kind of thing. And then they're talking about the staff, and then he's like, so Courtney's light, our staff hurt Eclipso. And he's like, yeah, but Eclipso hurt the staff. And he's like, and what about Jenny's ring? And he's like, you know, Jenny doesn't really know how to use her powers. You know, she doesn't really know how to use the ring 100% because she's still learning, kind of thing. And he's like, I don't know if these kids are ready for this fight. And he's trying to be like, he's like, I know Beth is ready. I don't think Beth is ready. I'm sorry. Like, don't get me wrong. Beth has definitely grown into a character that I like, especially with that one episode where she stood up to Eclipso and everything. But Beth doesn't know how to fight. So I don't understand, like, besides seeing Eclipso and his visions for what they really are. I mean, like, I don't think she's like ready physically to fight and everything. Cause I'm sorry, she just doesn't know how to fight. But that's fine. That's fine. I do like Beth. I know I'm complaining about it, but I do like Beth. Anyways, so then Cindy here, she's walking through the house. She sees them all, snuggling everything. And she basically tells her she doesn't trust her and everything. And her taking the diamond that she caused all of this, and the mom was all like, yeah, that was a really, really bad thing. And I'm all like, come on, the writing can be just a little bit better when it comes to this mom, because this mom, she seems like a smart lady, but then she seems like dumb, like a dumb mom and everything. So Beth comes in with Jenny. She's like, oh, Courtney, I miss you so much, bestie, and everything. And she's like, what is she doing here? And she's all like, we saved her from the shadow realm, and she's gonna help us. It's not called the shadow realm. What is it called? Oh, it doesn't even matter. So they're sitting there, and she's like, she's gonna help us defeat Eclipso, and we need her. They need all the help they can get. And then Beth's all like, hello, Dr. McNider. He's like, hello, Beth, and everything. So they meet for the first time. They're sitting there chit-chatting. And she's like, do you want your goggles back? And he's like, no, I have my own. And I connected him to my sunglasses and everything. And he's all like, and then they connect together. They both connect their glasses together. Oh, no, not yet. She shows them the residue. And she's like, I'm not sure what it was and everything. And they think that Jenny's light destroyed it, but it didn't. So she's all like, it'll take about 8 hours to find where Eclipso is. And he's like, not if we, cut that time in half if we connect our two glasses. I'm not sure how that would cut the time in half, but you know what? I'm not going to sit here and argue with it, because, this season needs to wrap up in one episode, because the next week's the season finale. So then they're talking about how they can't trust her and everything. And she's like, this is a great sandwich, Mom Whitmore. And they're sitting there talking, and then we go into the town, and there's a guy on the radio talking about how there's giant food dropping out of the sky and everything. And, I don't understand how Jakeem why he's doing large food. It's kind of dumb. I don't like it, but at the same time, it's fine. This looks so fake right here. Like this looks like something I could do on my computer, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So he's all like, so he sees probably Jakeem Williams, and that's and he's all like, Jakeem, and it's not very good acting right here, but on the part of this kid. But I didn't realize that he worked on the paper out with him. Like, they didn't. I don't. If they established that in another episode, it was lost on me, because I was like, wait, what? They know each other? So. Like when he said Jakeem, I thought he was just like, Jakeem, who is this Jakeem fellow? I'm gonna find him. But no, he knew who he was. So then Jenny, she's not feeling so hot after taking on that blob, that dark blob and everything. And she comes in with some tea and everything. She's like, you need to get your rest. Because Pat told me that the ring takes a lot out of you, so you should really rest and gain your energy. And she's like, okay. So then Courtney goes to see Yolanda, and she's like, get away from me. And she's like, Yolanda, you're not the only JSA member that's killed somebody. Wildcat and she says Wildcat killed before, but I don't think that he did, or if he did, they didn't show it, kind of thing, because I thought it was Starman who killed Dr. Gordon from like 2 episodes ago or whatnot. But she's like, you think that makes me feel better that somebody else killed them? She's like, what did you expect to happen? And Courtney's like, listen, you're my best friend. I just want my best friend back. And then she's like, we need to take out Eclipso, and I need you with us. And she's basically like, no, I don't want anything to do with it. And Cindy sees her. And I think Cindy, she does this whole, I want to be a good guy, but I want to be bad at the same time kind of thing. And I get that part of it. And I like it because, like, I don't know, like Cindy, like, I kind of just want her to be a full-on bad guy, Is that really so bad that we have full-on bad guys? Some people are just jerks. all the time, especially in comic books. But Cindy's all like, okay, I know what to do to get this girl to join the team to stop Eclipso. And she does the right thing because she needs to do, they need to do whatever it's going to take to get as many people as they can on their team to fight Eclipso. So then back at the hospital, Pat goes to visit the uncle of Rick's uncle, who he put in the hospital. And he's basically like, Rick's a good kid. He's really, really sorry. You know, he's got a bright future ahead of him. Oh my God. And he's like, but I need you to drop the charges because, you know, if he goes to jail, he can't have that future. And he writes on a pad of paper, go to hell. And he's like, you know, he's like, I knew people like you. And when I ran into people like you, your brother asked you to take care of him. You did the opposite. You just destroy and you pick on people that are smaller than you kind of thing. He's like, and I know exactly what to do to you kind of people, and shuts the shades. And he obviously did something naughty. So then Mike finds Jakeem and he's talking to the pen and he's like, I asked for Chinese food. And he's like, he probably went to China. Now, this is the thing. They had Jakeem to send him to China because it costs money to have that Thunderbolt character in there. It's cost way too much money. They're like, we're gonna need some like this final battle better be pretty good. Like I'm talking Solomon Grundy better show up, Thunderbolt better show up, they better use the Green Lightning stuff or the Green Lantern stuff, all that stuff. Like I get it, but at the same time, I'm just like, come on, guys. So then and he's all like, hey, we need oh my goodness. I don't know what he says to Jakeem right there. Although I do like the actor that plays Jakeem. He's doing a good job. I actually do like him. He's playing like a kind of like a nerdy kind of like, you know, but like I don't know, but I like him. Anyways, so she's hearing voices and then Courtney comes in and she's like, Mom, when I was in the Shadow Realm, I saw you. And she's like, you said that I ruined your life and everything. And she's all like, no, you were the best thing that happened to me. And she's all like, yeah, but you could have had a career. And she's like, I have a career. And she's all like, you know, she's like, I'm sorry. She's like, I love you, all that stuff. I don't remember exactly. All right. So then Yolanda, she's contemplating, you know, joining back. She's like reminiscing on stuff, / contemplating, / all this stuff. And Cindy pops in and she's all like, hey girl, she's like, what are you doing here? And she basically tells her, you know, when your boob pics got sent over all over the school, it wasn't the redheaded kid. What was his name? Shoot, psychic kid. It wasn't him, it was me. And she like puts her up against, she tells her not, she's like, what are you telling me to come back to the team? She's no, I'm telling you not to come back to the team. She's doing the whole reverse psychology, but if Yolanda's a smart girl, she sees what's going down here. But she tells her that she released the photos and she's all like, you know, your friends, you know, Courtney is, I think she says something about Courtney's not going to make it, whatever. They're not going to win kind of thing or something like that. She's manipulating her to come back to the team. And she leaves. So then he's talking about how he needs the pen back because they need to defeat Eclipso. And I'm like, is that Dave Chappelle on the back? Yeah, that's Dave Chappelle. Nice. Anyways. So he's all like, no, I like this. I can't remember. He's like, why do I have this? And he's like, I wish for him to be in better hands. And he's like, you think I'm better hands? And he's like, well, you are more organized than me kind of thing. And then the sister comes in. She's like, you need to do the dishes. The sister is not being very nice. Like she's being like, I don't know, like a sister, like, you know, with the sibling rivalry kind of thing. But I didn't think she was being very nice to her brother. Like, I mean, like he said he would do the dishes later. Like, do they need to be done now? Which we're going to talk about the dishes in a little bit. And she's like, Dad, he says he's not going to do the dishes. He's like, I'm coming. And then he's like, you want to help me do the dishes? So then Rick gets let out of jail. And then Courtney's checking over her staff and Yolanda comes over and she's like, listen, I'm only putting on this mask one more time. This is the last time. I'm going to help you defeat Eclipso. Then I'm done. And then Jenny starts having, Eclipso starts talking. He's like, do you see me kind of thing? And then Cindy, she's sitting on the porch and she's all like, listen, if you want to defeat Eclipso, you're going to have to go to your dark place. You're going to have to get out the darkness because that's the only way you're going to be able to fight him. Something tells me that that's not true. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if Cindy's being manipulated by Eclipso and his like dark magic, or if she's being serious. But I don't think that's how, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, so she's having visions of the JSA all dead. And then back at the thing, he's trying to fix his hourglass because he broke it like 3 episodes ago, I think. And then the robot's getting fixed. Oh my goodness. Why do I start yawning when I do these videos? And then back at Jakeen's house. So they're washing dishes, right? And the sister brings in like so many dishes. Like I'm all like, where did all these, what are you go? What's going on? How much food are you eating right now that you just brought in? She brought in like 7 plates and like 3 bowls. And I'm all like, what's going on here? Like, we're what's going on? But he's all like, we're washing dishes. She's kind of happy that she's putting on the mask. Cindy calls someone and is like, oh, I'm surprised you picked up. Listen, you need to come back to Blue Haven. Is that the name of the town? And I think she's talking to Sportsmaster's daughter, maybe Artemis, and then maybe Sportsmaster and Tigress is going to come back to defeat. Anybody that's a superhero that's been on the show is going to come back. I think maybe the janitor that was the knight, maybe he gets the 7, the soldiers of secrecy, the 7 soldiers of secrecy. I don't remember what they're called. Anyways, I didn't read those comic books. So then Beth and Dr. McNider, they go back to the American Way. Is that the name of the organization? Sorry, I didn't write all this stuff down. But her dad works there, and so does Courtney's mom. And she's all like, my dad's usually the last one here. Maybe he can help us get in, because they're going to get in. They're going to hook it up to their network to try to find Eclipso. But Eclipso's already there. Oh, shoot, I didn't get a picture of the kid. And she can see him in his form right here. That's what I'm saying. Like he looks so cool right here. Well, I don't understand why they don't have him in this form all the time. I don't get that part of the program. Like I wish they did, because he looks so cool. I think he looks really good. So she's having her visions, and she's like, I just called the team. And he's like, good. I want all of you here. And she's like, why? He's like, because I need Courtney to tap into her dark side so I can take over the world, kind of thing. And she sees all of them dead, and it looks like Courtney is the one that killed them all, because she turns around and she's been taken over by Eclipso. And when she turned around here, I thought it was just like a skull kind of thing. And I was like, ooh, this is so good imagery. But then it is her face just all half black and everything. I was like, oh, bummer. And then she smiles and everything, like she's all happy. Like she's like a living dead girl. And then Jenny wakes up and she's like, oh, no, or Courtney, I can't remember what she says. And that's the end of the episode. And like I said before, this episode was good. I mean, it was light on action, which is fine. I'm not like saying, and not every single episode of this show has to be action packed. And like I said, they did pick a lot of CGI heavy characters, Courtney's staff, Green Lantern's, fire, Thunderbolt. Who else has a lot of CGI? I can't think of anybody else that has a lot of CGI off. Solomon Grundy, if he comes back, so they did pick some CGI heavy characters. So I get that. I get it. And the robot, it's gonna be a good battle. I can't wait. I wonder how Eclipso is gonna fight all these people. Like, is he just gonna fight him like as himself or whatnot? And then what are they gonna do? It'll be very interesting. So that is my break. Sorry, I've been yawning. My eyes are all red right now. I've been yawning so much, but that is my breakdown of this episode. Tell me, you guys, what did you think about this episode? Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? Did you like that imagery of Courtney in where half her face was dark or whatnot? And how do you feel about Courtney being the one that might be taking down the JSA 2.0? Which is your favorite character? Do you like these new characters that they've added on the team this year? Go ahead and are you like me and you think that Eclipso he looks so cool, but they barely use that cool look this whole season? Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on the season finale of Stargirl season 2. You guys have a good week. Bye.